Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn with me, Alpha Omega, Turkey and the Turkey Plus submod. So, the past few episodes have been, well, build-up oriented, and I'm happy to say that they are bearing fruit. We have significantly improved the amount of civilian factories that we have. We're continuing with the repair focuses right now on our factory status, and we are trying to also reform the marine brigades. We have invested in them a little bit in the previous episodes, and as we are continuing with the upgrades to our tanks, the Kemal APCs, to the Kirpis, which are the utility vehicles, we will soon also see the finalization of the plan for the Marine Brigades. We need 30 more XP, which will then allow us to use these Marine Brigades at their full strength. Now, soft attack, hard attack, air attack, defense, and breakthrough are all amazing, but we'll need to use a little bit of the naval experience that we have accrued to actually make them even better. So I think we could do that today because I have always talked about it, but we keep postponing it. So first of all, Special Forces Marine. That's going to give us motorized Marine Infantry and the mechanized Marine Infantry, a bonus of 1.5 organization, which will be good for us. Next, we are going to, and I think that's probably the best one. There's three ways we could go here. There's the Infantry Amphibious Strike Force, there's the Armored Landing Force, and the Massed Amphibious Landing. So I think we might go with the Armored Landing Force here. Now, before we do the naval invasion though, we will also need to look at something that I've been neglecting this whole time, which is our landing capabilities. We're currently only able to use the basic landing craft, but we need to improve this a little bit, which is gonna give us extra invasion defense. Preparation time is lowered, capacity is increased, the speed is increased. And we're gonna burn through these at least a little bit because they give decent bonuses, so I'd like to have those. Again, we're aiming for at least, I'd say 4, if not 6 Marine Brigades, and to get them we'll actually have to train some Infantry Brigades as well, so that we increase the allowed amount of our Special Forces, but that's something that's gonna come a little bit later. Right now we are not in a rush, though I am a little bit worried about the fact that Belarus has been able to reclaim all of its territory and push against Poland. I don't know what's happening there. The numbers are definitely not logically connected to that, but somehow that is what is happening. So it brings me to the point that if we can take Crimea for ourselves and not get pushed out as our allies have always done, it would potentially mean that we can lock a lot of their forces in this area so that we ease it a little bit from the northern border. But only that this is actually not the northern point of contact. This would be the northern point of contact. This would be, I guess, the Central European. I mean, it's not exactly Central Europe, but you know, it would make sense. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, we have significantly been reducing taxes. We are continuing fixing things. I think I can actually do stuff like this to get a bit better on that. Yes, they have not been able to bombard any more stuff of ours, which is just amazing. The issue is we do not have that many workers, so I'm looking forward to further technologies like the industrial advanced robotics, which are gonna hugely also increase the speed at which we are manufacturing things, and the advanced AI, because they will reduce, I think, both of them, yes, the workforce needed for our factories, and thus give us a better capability to start things off as we should. Bolstering the quality of tourism. I'm still playing with the idea about the border conflict in phrase, but I'm not entirely sure. I reread it, and I know that it will actually take about 210 days to start. I'm not sure. Not sure. But you can look at our divisions, they are almost fully equipped now. I think we're like 200 tanks short. No, not even that. 96 tanks short. So 73 days and 319 pieces of armored vehicles are missing. We're building Izmir civilian industry. Yes, the factories here are actually coming up. Is there anything else that we might be interested in fixing quickly? Counterinsurgency is completely finished, and we will get another agent, which is great. So let's now invest into counterintelligence. I'm a little bit worried because despite my tries, we keep accruing more debt, but you know, compared to GDP, it is still dropping, which is the real metric that we should be using here. Because if the economy is being boosted and we're using the money to boost the economy, there really is no harm. But there is still, I mean, the debt itself, and I said that many times, the debt itself is just a number. The relation to your GDP is way more important, because if you, for example, earn $100,000 and have a debt of 1,000, it's okay. If you earn $300,000, it doesn't matter that your debt is now $2,000, because, you know, relative to your income, it is still a smaller percentage. So the higher your income is, the more debt you can actually afford. And for us, that means that we're still doing good if the actual debt to GDP ratio is dropping. It was at around 30%. I think then it was like 26.5. Now it's 26.2. The income is also increasing, and Yemen has a Western outlook. Wasn't there a war going on in Yemen right now? Yes, there is. So which Yemen is actually the one with the Western outlook? It's the original Yemen. And the Houthi Yemen, part of the axis of resistance, is actually... Oh, and there's another Yemen here. Ansar al-Sharia. So you all are emerging. You are Salafist. You hate each other, and you also hate the original Yemen. Sounds like a true Middle Eastern conflict. Alright, getting a little bit more infrastructure built. Arabia is still providing us with armored APCs. That is amazing. And I really appreciate them doing that. How's the Air Force looking here? Do we... Yeah, look at that. We're downing their fighters, we're downing their bombers. And even our anti-air guns are starting to score some kills. Let me see, is there any more damage done? Nope, nope, not really. Yeah, the list is definitely getting shorter now. I'm happy about that. Alright, how about we fix you first? Because I really want to get my factories all in order. It's kind of interesting that it says here that we have 4 military industries damaged, but we are not able to assign them. I think those might be factories coming from the regions that have been not fully compliant, meaning that we do not have access to all of the factories that are there. Okay, Great Armenia and Artsakh. I think we can switch you to local police force as well based on your resistance. Is it dropping? No, it's stable actually. But compliance might be increasing, we'll see. The Syrian Arab Socialist Ba'ath Party, emerging outlook won the elections. So I wonder if that's going to be a question, if we can actually buy Batumi, considering it is Actually, it might be reachable from here. But it looks like a pretty decent port. There might be some interesting buildings there that we could get. Do I want to get the better relations with Georgia? I mean, they will never let us move through their territory to attack Russia, because they would be crazy to do that. Oh, hello. We now have more... Actually, this allows me to build another railway part. And I wanted to see if we can look... Apart from observer status, limited female employment options, nothing like that. The Turkey housing, is it finished? Oh, we're gonna finish a lot of dams soon, which is gonna be great. We can then start... Oh, you will actually add 2 dams. It's probably the first time I see it. Interesting. Propaganda campaign. Domestic independence changes. Let's plant some new trees. It's always a good initiative. Where's the Turkey housing? I thought we had it over here somewhere. Ah, here it is. Okay, still 80 more days. Alright, alright. And what's the other boosted? Yes, boosted the quantity of tourism. I mean, if you think I'm fighting an uphill battle, the war is really screwing with us. Yeah, look at that, minus 18%. That's actually crazy when you think about it. But if we didn't have the war, considering the height of our stability and everything, we could actually be okay, wouldn't we? So this is fixed. You guys can go down here. A couple more factories and we'll be done. I could potentially even lower the corporate tax a little bit more, but I think we're at a good level now. This is pretty good. We have gotten what we wanted, and now we're gonna get more civilian industries. After the Izmir one, we are going to go and get the MED civilian industries, which will grant us 2. And then we can do with the tourism support and the civilian factories and just finalize it. You would actually pay us in the service sector. That's something that I actually wanted to do, but considering this is just a boost to income and we do not have the people, I'm not entirely sure it makes any sense to go with that. Yeah, these ones are not all that welcoming to me. This one we wanted. The National Innovation Campaign is actually pretty good as well. It helps research significant and stability. Oh yeah, we need to get these ones. That's a boost to research as hell. So let's get Batumi and then these ones, and we can finalize this entire area. That sounds like a good idea. Too many priorities everywhere for everyone. Okay, 3rd of November, we can boost you a little bit to might help with the factories. I do wonder though, is it getting better? Oh, by the way, I actually looked a little bit more into the commercialized agricultural district, and yeah, it really seems like they just give you fuel and supplies. And when people were talking about them, they mentioned, I mean online when they were talking about it, they mentioned they're using them as a sink for workers, because when you look at that, they consume 250,000 workers. So similar to the civilian industry, but they provide, instead of an actual industry, they provide a little bit of fuel and supply. So it's mostly just a... It seems that it's mostly used for the, lowering of unemployment. And I think that that is also in line with the situation that is described by the guys here in these. And increase productivity, lower the workers a little bit, but increase productivity. Yeah. All right. So it's municipal industries, and now we can get the what it's called, MED civilian industries. I'm gonna go with the tourism nation. Production efficiency, growth, stability. Yeah. So let's get you, and we can get another agent. Sabotage, double, safe crack, revolutionary. Create Armenian. Well, there is no Armenia, so getting you as a double agent makes no sense. Revolutionary sabotage. I mean, still, you're probably the best guy that we can have on this job. So let's actually send you to build network on Kurdistan. I'm really interested in learning a little bit more about them. Not sure how much you will be able to tell us. Too bad they are still being guaranteed by Egypt. I would really like it if... I mean, Egypt has a Western outlook. Why are you guaranteeing Kurdistan? That's just so weird. Non-aggression pact. Negotiate licenses. I mean, we know that we're gonna go after Egypt. That is a nation we need to get. Okay, we now have access to another air doctrine. Airbase construction repair. Oh, let's get this one. Lowered industrial bomb vulnerability and static anti-air damage and anti-air hit chance. Integrating all of our detection and the defense systems into a single network gives us greater protection from enemy forces. Yes, that is completely right. Yep. We now have 8 factories working on this. Montenegro wants us to sign a pact of non-aggression. I'm okay with that. Alright, do we want to get another one right off the bat? Well, I mean, at this point I think we have only 2 Marine brigades, don't we? And we need at least 4. So yeah, I think it is a good idea to actually train another one. Now again, it's gonna complicate our situation a little bit because we now need, again, way more APCs because each one of these requires a huge amount. And when I say huge amount, I mean 240. Yeah, that's not... It's not insignificant amount. That's about 6 months worth of production, maybe. But it has to be done. There isn't much that we can do with that. Are we still short on steel? We are. We're no longer short on fuel, though. Let me just help that. Okay, now the debt to GDP is increasing because we're paying excessively for the civilian industries. Yeah, but look at that. We have just a couple of things to finish and we will be golden. Nothing here. Yeah, and even these ones are getting repaired. Awesome. Okay, I'd say, you know what, so let's repair this shore outside. That's gonna, wow, that's literally 1 day. Alright, and then we can finish one of you. That's gonna be 2 days. 24th of April. I'm looking forward to the aerodynamics and avionics facility because contrary to what we might think, we actually do really need that one. And we now have the possibility of getting some investments in that regard. Okay, a jeep. What do you mean we have a jeep? Alright, we have a jeep. So I'm gonna be fixed next. And man, took away our civilian industries again. I don't like the fluctuation. It seems bizarrely inconsistent, but I guess it's just coming from trade, you know. We either have too much or too little. Okay, our navy should be theoretically finished with the ships soon. Oh, actually it won't, because we are building a list of ships without any designation. But we have 5, so having a 6th one would make sense. And we could look at a potential boost. Well, we never really did design any newer frigates, have we? No, nor did we think about corvettes. I don't think we'll be able to get one in time. Is there anything that we could do with the existing ships? We got the Yavuz class. Oh yeah, we could definitely upgrade some of our ships. So I think we might do just that. And then we'll decide in the meantime what we're gonna do. Because building a cruiser or 2 would be the next logical step. But we'll also need to build a couple more frigates to, you know, have these patrol fleets operate a little bit better. Okay, income is increasing. That is really nice. 8th of December. What if you put you here? 2nd of December. Nope. Let's let you repair on your own for a bit. I'm wondering if there's anything here that we do actually want. Of course, the office sectors would be great, but we're not in such a need of them that it would be necessary. Protective technologies too have been finished. That is nice. Can you get something more? Nope, that's the last one in that chain. So what do you say we switch you to the amphibious? Because that is something that we really need. Amphibious assault ship. An amphibious assault ship is a warship used to provide air and surface support behind the front lines when conducted amphibious operations in enemy coastal areas. Invasion defense, capacity, and invasion speed. Nah, I'm not gonna waste experience on that. We can unlock a land doctrine. Really? Oh yeah, we could do one of these. I don't think we want organizational division attacks. Actually pretty good though. But we need to finalize the Marine Brigades first. It's just that necessary for us to have them operational and in line. What is this? Yasiada's name changed. The island was home to the infamous trial of then Turkish Prime Minister Adnan Menderes and Minister Fatih Rüştü Zorlu and Hasan Polatkan, which resulted with execution order. After the 1960 coup, Yasiada name was remembered negatively, which was the island to be renamed as Democracy and Freedom Island on November 7th, 2013. Is this one of the Adalars in Istanbul? I'm not sure, but why the hell does it take away that much political power? That I have no idea. It doesn't even seem like it makes sense. Okay, income is increasing slowly. Corporate income, we're not really leasing anything at this point, which I believe is actually an okay stance. Alright, let's fix this factory. And we'll be able to start actually constructing more. I'm really happy about that. It's the state of the unemployment. It's Still says 76%, 84.2. Terrorists are growing stronger. I actually do not know how to fix that. And there's anything I can do, anything that I'm missing? Might be. Alright, we'll fix you guys now. I'm going to change your equipment a little bit, but you're all. Oh, come on. Where? Production factories. Incoming raid detected. Incoming raid detected. Chance to repel the raid. 95%. Yeah. Well, we're doing what we can, but in this case, I think we actually succeeded, which is the good news. Yeah, we're back to 8 factories here. We're gonna get 2 more. We definitely need to increase the civilian side of things. Multiple rounds simultaneous impact and near modern engine. Alrighty. So I think this is a good place to end it for today. Because we are... Yeah, we need to choose a couple of things that we will research. Cool. Thank you very much. I'll just boost the quantity of tourism. And I'll see you in the next one, where we are going to start by upgrading our equipment.